Welcome to Any Given Sunday, week 15 of the 2025 NFL season. My name is Tyler. This is my good friend Coop. And last week we had a very unpredictable slate, just like the week before. I mean, the parity of the NFL is really showing that any team can beat anyone at any time.
The Titans can even win a game.
This week is looking a little bit more predictable than last week.
God, I hope so. But we always think it's predictable.
That's true. That is true.
We literally predict it every week. And sometimes we predict upsets that either happen or they don't. But every week we think it's going to be more predictable than last.
Hoping this week is going to be a little bit more predictable than last week. But anyway, for our first featured game of this week, we've got the Chargers going to Arrowhead and playing the Chiefs. And they've got an opportunity to get a step closer to slamming the door on the Chiefs. If the Chargers beat the Chiefs this week, it is impossible for the Chiefs to overtake the Chargers in the AFC West standings. It also does a lot for the Chargers to help them lock down a wild card seat.
Now, the Chargers cannot clinch a playoff spot this week.
No.
Nor can the Chiefs the Chiefs can be eliminated. It requires a lot of things to go exactly the right way. The Chiefs can be eliminated if they lose, which would necessitate a Chargers win. The Bills win, and the Texans win, and the Colts win.
No, it just needs to be if the Texans, Bills, and Chargers win this week. Chiefs are out.
Fascinating. Okay, well, fewer things that have to go right, and eliminating the least likely of those things. Now, this game is at Arrowhead, notoriously difficult place to play. And that is why I have the Chargers winning 25-22. The Chargers just survived what was basically a road game against the Eagles, where Justin Herbert got sacked 7 times, pressured on damn near 80% of his dropbacks, threw an interception and fumbled the ball. Might have thrown 2 interceptions and fumbled the ball. It really, really uncharacteristically sloppy week from the Chargers offensively. Chargers defense did enough to keep them in it. Some might contend that the Eagles offense kept the Chargers in it. It's me. I am one of those people. I still have the Chargers escaping at Arrowhead with a season sweep over the struggling Chiefs. 25-22. Why do you disagree with me? What do you see about this Kansas City team? This Kansas City team with a losing record.
Yeah.
What do you see?
It's not as much as I see about the Kansas City team as much as a lack of what I see in the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers I would call survived a game where
if Kellen Moore was the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles,
where
they would be undefeated.
Where it feels like the Chargers should not have won that game. And although the Chargers did get the win the first time they played the Chiefs were still really banged up when they played. They had one of their offensive tackles, and it was in LA.
Yeah.
And this time it's going to be in Arrowhead in December.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold. And I just think that the Chiefs are a better team than the Chargers right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a really close game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Chiefs were upset in Arrowhead by the Chargers. It wouldn't be a huge surprise. But I just think that right now, where the Chiefs are in terms of their player health, where the Chargers are in terms of injuries, and the fact that the Chargers still haven't convinced me that their offense can be elite in a place where your offense needs to play well in order for the crowd to not get into the game and take over, and to not get that Chiefs defense riled up and firing. Because if that happens while you're in Arrowhead, you are in trouble. and that's just what I think is going to go down this week. I've got the Chiefs winning it. I still think it is going to be a close game, although I've got the Chiefs winning it 28-24.
I just noticed that we have the exact same prediction for our next game.
Yes, we do.
Which is really, really interesting. It's the first time this year that's happened. Bills at Patriots. Now, the Patriots, when they were still a scrappy up-and-coming team and not the 1 seed in the AFC, beat the Bills in Orchard Park. It returns to Foxborough, to Gillette Stadium. What do you see going down in this one?
To me, I think the Patriots are going to win this game, and for me, that's a little bit hopeful because the Patriots, although have the best record in the NFL,
Yes, tied with the Broncos.
Broncos, they haven't played very difficult teams. Obviously, everyone's seen it. They've had a fairly easy schedule, and the Bills are a good team. And team. You can say whatever you want, but they're 9-4. I didn't say great team. I didn't say elite team. I said good team. They're 9-4 right now, and I don't think they're going to do enough to either blow out the Patriots offense or do enough defensively to stop the Patriots offense.
Sure.
And I just don't see either team going over 30 points in this one. I see this being somewhere in the 20s to low 20s or low 20s to high 10s or somewhere around that range. I think it's going to be very competitive. I think it looks like a very competitive game for a majority of it until a mid-fourth quarter touchdown by the Patriots extends them, and then the Bills, in desperation, aren't able to do enough to reclaim the lead with a short amount of time left. And I think that the Patriots are going to win in the exact same score that you think that they're going to win. I think that they're going to win in a 28-27.
Yeah, the only reason I have this pinned so close isn't because of faith in the Bills or lack of faith in the Patriots. It's a divisional game between a really good team and a team that is really good when their quarterback is really good. And I don't know what kind of day Josh Allen's going to have on Sunday, but what I do know is this Patriots team has heart, and they're probably going to get bounced in the first playoff game they play, and that's probably a good thing for them. The Patriots are far ahead of schedule. That can end up hurting the team that is far ahead of schedule in the long run. We're seeing that with the Commanders this year. I have the Patriots winning 28-27, just as you do. I think Drake May is really, really, really good at football. And I think that when he develops a frontal lobe, the league is fucked.
I also think Drake May is pretty good at football. That is a separate topic in terms of my opinion about Drake May. I think that I'm curious to see how Drake May develops. I think he will be truly one of the elite in the league at some point. I don't think I can say that he is truly one of the league elite right now.
Got to see it again.
We saw it with Jaden Daniels last year. He looked like one of the best. Granted, I think that Drake May and Jaden Daniels' success is coming very differently. But I'm curious to see how Drake May develops. I think that right now we haven't seen the best of him yet, and that's a little bit scary. But with that, I think the Patriots are going to win a close one. We both think the Patriots are going to win a close one in Foxborough. And they're going to advance to clinch a playoff seat because if they win this week, they are guaranteed a spot in this year's race to the Super Bowl.
Yes, and the Patriots are win and in. There is there are two other teams that applies to. We will get there when we get there. And now, after no technical difficulties whatsoever, our final circled game, Lions at Rams. This is the second circled game that we disagree on. Tell me why I shouldn't call you a homer.
The Rams are the most complete team in the NFL right now. They have shown that they can win games in multiple different ways. They have shown that they can only lose a game in this way. Missed/blocked kicks. Because
That's not true. The Panthers just straight up beat them.
I thought I'm pretty sure there was a mixed extra point.
Maybe, but I mean, a pick six and an interception off of Matt Stafford's hand.
Outside of a very terrible game, a rare terrible game by Matthew Stafford, the Rams are the most complete team in the NFL, and I don't think there would be a lot of pushback on that. I actually think that the score that I said that the Lions are going to get is a little bit generous than what I think they actually are going to get. And that's why you shouldn't call me a homer, is just because the Rams genuinely are right now the most complete team in the NFL. And this is a home game. The Lions are going to the Rams. And the last time these two teams played was in the 2023 wild card round. They did not play last season. And in that game, the Lions were on the hottest streak we've seen them. They are not as good as they were then, right now. The Rams, on the other hand, are significantly better than they were when they played in 2023. They have probably the second most unstoppable goal line play in the league right now. And the Lions just aren't what they were even a season ago. They just haven't shown the same level of dominance. And I've got the Rams winning this game 31-30.
Yeah, I do not. I have the Lions winning 36-31. I think that this probably looks like a very, very late touchdown drive where they don't even get to kick the extra point afterwards. It's not hard for me to imagine the Rams winning this game. It is hard for me to imagine the Rams winning this game twice. And the Lions currently not in the playoff picture. But should they sneak in, they are very likely to have to face off against the Rams at some point.
If they make it past round one.
Which I trust them more than
a lot of other
the
teams
winner
in
of the
playoffs.
NFC South or the winner of the NFC North. Unless it's the Packers, and then I have the Lions winning this one 36-31. The Lions are a good football team. The Rams are a better football team, but that's not what determines football games. Because if it were, the Eagles would be undefeated because they have the best roster in the NFL.
So are you saying that the Lions have a better coaching staff than the Rams? Because the Rams have a better roster. Players. They have a better coaching staff.
Right. There's this one tiny, itty-bitty little thing called actually playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the Lions have a better roster or a better coaching staff. But we see teams that have worse rosters and worse coaching staffs beat better teams all the time. It just happened last night in Los Angeles. And it happened the night
better coaching staff is debatable between the Chargers and the Eagles right now.
That's true. But it definitely happened the night before in Kansas City.
Yes.
It happens.
Well,
and I think it happens again
there
here.
is debatable.
The Chiefs definitely have a better roster than the Texans overall. The Chiefs' offensive roster is significantly better than
That's
the Texans'
true.
defensive roster.
I don't know.
Or I'm
about
sorry, than the Texans' offensive roster.
Oh, most definitely. But I think defensively the Texans probably have the better roster. It's also just the 36 points. I just don't see happening. And
they just dropped 40 on Dallas.
Dallas defense is terrible.
It hasn't been.
It's been better since acquiring Quinnen Williams, which happens, but it's also still Dallas. And the Rams have allowed 30 points
once in week 3 to the Eagles.
Twice this season. Once was against the Eagles, which wouldn't have happened
if not for
a returned field goal, and the Panthers last week. And although, yes, the Panthers are probably not as good of an offensive team as the Lions, but they have been the ultimate trap team this season. And if you look at other offenses that have been debatably equally or more explosive than the Lions, the Rams defense let up 7 points to the Buccaneers. They let up 19 points to the Seahawks. They let up 7 points to the Jaguars. They let up 20 points to the Week 4 Colts. I just don't see the Lions putting up 36. And I feel
we can debate the score all day, but at the end of the day, I have the Lions winning.
That's true, and
the score itself matters a lot less than the winner prediction.
That's true.
It could be 28-25 for all I care.
Then I will say this. I think you are picking the Lions for this game out of frustration and out of hope that the Rams lose due to hoping the Eagles stay close. Because if the Rams win this game, they advance to 11 wins on the season. And I just don't see.
It is bold of you to assume that I have not given up. That I have not given up on the 1 seed or the 2 seed for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes. It's the NFC North and the NFC West are going to be the 1 and the 2 seed in the NFC. I'm not sure which one's which yet, but if I had to guess, the NFC West winner will be the 1 seed in the NFC, and the NFC North will be the 2 seed. And I'm really just trying not to sink below the NFC South.
It's just history tells me, and current rosters, their stories this season tell me that the Rams win this game.
Yeah.
That's it. But I've got Rams 31-30. You've got the Lions 36-31. We'll see what happens on Sunday.
And now on to the rest of the games. We open with a rematch between the Ravens and the Bengals. They played on Thanksgiving in a short week. The Bengals won that game in Joe Burrow's return. And now it's a Bengals home game. We have this one marked similarly. I have the Bengals winning 35-31 at home. The Ravens showed a good amount of fight in the middle of the season. They won 5 straight to get to 6-5. They have lost 2 in a row since, and I really hate to say it because I do really like the Ravens. Shit ain't happening this week, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange because when Lamar came back, what everyone expected was that they would go back to putting up 30 a game. And
they just haven't.
That just hasn't happened yet. And Lamar, I think clearly everyone can tell, Lamar doesn't look healthy. Daniel Falele might be the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible.
It feels like half the time the Ravens are playing with 4 offensive linemen.
Future Eagles All-Pro guard, though. There's nothing you can do about it. He's going to get Jeff Stoutlanded, and he's going to be great.
That would be funny. It would remind me a little bit of Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
Because
Becton was nowhere near.
Falele is, in my eyes, very oversized for a guard.
Becton's problems were never his play, though. It was always his health. He couldn't stay healthy. We've seen that this year with the Chargers as well. The Eagles just kept Mekhi Becton healthy, and he kicked ass as a guard. And the Eagles had the heaviest offensive line in Super Bowl history, and they rode that offensive line to a blowout that I am cherishing at this moment.
But yeah, the Bengals and Ravens this week. I mean, the Bengals feel like a little bit of a rising team. They
Yeah.
almost pulled out the upset. I predicted the upset, and I'm upset that it didn't happen.
Some might say that the Bengals are not fully out of contention for the AFC North yet. Beyond just their record, their end of season schedule, if they can win this week,
Yeah.
it gets a lot easier from here.
Yeah, and what did we talk about early in the season? For the Bengals to make it, they needed to pick up some wins without Joe Burrow, which they did. And they needed the Ravens and the Steelers to shit the bed.
Yep, which they did.
So it looks like the Bengals genuinely have a shot at the division title, and I think that they do make astounding progress this week with beating the Ravens.
Sorry, I just looked at your Bears-Browns score.
Mm-hmm. I'll explain that when I get there.
Yeah, we're several games away from that. I was looking to see how many games in a row we agreed on, and the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including this one.
We agree on a lot this week. I think there's three, same as last week. I think 3 that we disagree with. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to tear into that score when we get there.
I'll explain it when we get there.
Yeah, we both have the Bengals winning this one. And now on to a game where I am absolutely 100% being a homer. I'm going to put a disclaimer out in front of this one. This is assuming that Kevin Patullo gets fired or demoted. I have the Eagles beating the Raiders 35-14 at home. It's an Eagles home game. The Raiders are bad. If ever, and I mean ever, there were a week for the Eagles offense to put up an outsizedly good offensive performance, it's this week. The Raiders are what? The Raiders are dog shit. And while the Eagles have lost 3 in a row, all in various forms of humiliating fashion, there's only so bad you can be against a team like the Raiders. That being said, if Kevin Patullo doesn't get fired, I have the Raiders winning 17-13.
That's an interesting switch. I do think that either way, I think that the Eagles are going to get the win this week. I don't think they're putting up 30.
Yeah, your score prediction for this game is probably more realistic than mine.
But I do think that the Eagles are going to get this one at home. If they don't, if you live in Philadelphia, evacuate because the city might get burned down. But I've got the Eagles winning it 23-17.
And we get the Bills in 2 weeks.
In a game,
Yay.
in a game that is much closer than it should be. He is in the ultimate position of despair and depression.
I stayed up until midnight last night. Obviously, we're on the East Coast. I stayed up until midnight last night to watch my quarterback throw a 4th interception in overtime. Look, Jalen Hurts needs to be better. He's played like shit the last couple of weeks, right? He played like shit against Dallas. He played like shit against Chicago. He played like shit against LA. That he has to be better. Point blank, period. But there are still things that the coaching staff could be doing to put him in a better spot. And I really wish. Now, I don't know if you saw this when I posted about it. The Eagles put a positivity bunny in the locker room.
I did see the positivity bunny.
And I have 2 things to say about that. Number 1, clearly that shit didn't work. Number 2, imagine being Kevin Patullo, whose house got egged last week or a couple weeks ago. And immediately after that, his offense erected an inflatable rabbit with the biggest fucking egg I've ever seen. I really thought the positivity bunny. I fooled myself into thinking the positivity bunny was going to somehow help the Eagles' offense last week. It didn't. But holy shit, the Raiders are bad. And they're the first bad team we've played in a while. 3 of our next 4 games are against bad teams. We have the Raiders. We have the Commanders twice. I'd love to go 4-0 in the final 4 weeks of the season. I'd love to.
Who's that 4th? That Bills?
It's Buffalo. I don't think we're going to beat Buffalo. I'd love to go 4-0. I think 3-1 is very achievable. And I think 2-2 is the most likely score or the most likely record. I think we drop one of them to Washington because we suck all of a sudden. And I never thought I'd say this, but I miss Brian Johnson.
Never thought you'd say you miss Brian Johnson.
The 2023 offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I never thought I'd say it. On to Cardinals Texans. I'll stop throwing myself a pity party. We have this game marked similarly. In fact, I have this game marked exactly the same as my Eagles score. I had the Texans winning at home 35-14. The Texans have really turned it around in the back half of the season, and the Cardinals
are still the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, we can keep this one pretty quick. I mean, the Texans right now are hot. They're looking good. They just pulled off an upset on Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they've got the Cardinals in Houston. I don't think this one's going to be particularly close. I think that my score looks – I think I've got them winning 28-13. I think that looks like a late touchdown maybe from the Cardinals. But the Cardinals just got absolutely manhandled. The Rams' backups came in halfway through the fourth quarter, and they still struggled to do anything. The Cardinals just don't look good right now. The Texans do. I've got Texans 20-13.
Speaking of teams that don't look good right now, we've got Jets-Jags next. We also have this game pinned similarly. Go figure. Tyrod Taylor, I'm not 100% sure how long he's going to be out. He suffered a groin injury.
Does it matter?
No. I mean, it matters in how many points I think the Jets will put up. I think with Tyrod, they put up 21, and I think without him, they put up 3 at most. Either way, I have the Jaguars putting up 35. It's the 4th team in a row that I have predicted to score 35 points.
Feeling like it's gonna be a high-scoring week.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mismatches this week.
Yeah.
It's the 4th game in a row that I've predicted exactly 35 points scored by the winner, and it's the 5th game in a row that I've predicted at least 35 points scored by the winner, and it will not be the last.
But yeah, this one similarly to Cardinals Texans. You've got the Jets going into Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars right now are good, and the New York Jets are not.
It's the Jets.
The Jags have made a turnaround and snuck up on the Colts and took the division lead from them last week, and I think the Jags are going to win this week pretty decisively, 30-14, to be the first AFC South team to reach double-digit wins.
Commanders at Giants next in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. The Commanders are bad, the Giants are bad, but the Giants won the bye week. And there's nothing that is more New York Giants than winning the bye week by securing the number 1 overall pick and immediately fucking it up with a win. I have the Giants winning 25-14.
Yeah, I mean, this one, the Giants have shown some good moments this season, and I think against a very much so struggling and hurt Commanders team, I think that they're going to shine enough to win. And at home, I think that the Giants are going to put up 24 to beat the Commanders 24-17.
And now, as foreshadowed earlier, I have to ask. What the fuck, man?
Why?
Yeah. What?
This one is off riding the high of a good Shedeur Sanders performance. It is riding the high of Myles Garrett and pretty much nothing else.
Okay, you understand that the Bears' offensive line is much better, and their defense is the best in the league at forcing turnovers.
Yes.
And you think the Browns are going to win?
The NFL parity is a crazy thing. This is just calling it out.
Okay. You can say your score and your...
Yeah. I've got the Browns somehow managing to win it and mess up their contention for the first overall pick. And I've got them winning at 27-24.
Yeah.
A part of this is also hoping that they beat the Bears out of prayers that they help the Rams gain a little bit of separation for the first seed in the NFC.
But the Bears aren't really in contention. I mean, they'd have to beat the Packers in the rematch to be in contention for the 1 seed. But at that point, it's probably over anyway. I have the Bears. The Bears are my 6th team that I have scoring 35 plus. I have the Bears winning 42-22. I could definitely see this game being a lot closer and lower scoring. These two defenses are both very talented. I expect Ben Johnson to have some shit tuned up that what's his name? The Browns defensive coordinator just isn't going to be ready for. Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz.
Former Eagles DC. I probably should know his name. I just don't see it with Cleveland. Like, I really don't. I mean, yes, Shedeur Sanders might turn in another really good game, but the Bears are pretty significantly better than the Titans, and the Browns are in dogfights with and have lost to the Jets and the Titans.
They've also beaten the Packers.
Okay.
I'm just saying. No,
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a low-scoring game. I guess I really take issue with 27-24. If the Browns win this game, it's going to be like 10-6.
It probably will be in a very much so a low-scoring defensive showdown, and I only bring up Packers-Browns because the Packers currently are
the 2 seed.
The 2 seed, and
just beat the Bears.
And the Browns somehow managed to beat them. This is just the parity of the NFL, and I'm trying to call a shot that I think that parity will show itself.
Yeah. Speaking of parity, it shows itself in my score for Panthers Saints. The Panthers are coming off a bye week where they moved themselves into a position where they are tied for the division lead in the NFC South. Last time they were in a position to take the lead in the NFC South was the last time they played the New Orleans Saints. The Saints won that game. Oh, good. We just got an ESPN notification that it's absurd to say that Nick Sirianni is on the hot seat.
I wouldn't say absurd.
No. That's a report from Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie said it's absurd.
Yeah, I don't think it's absurd to say that Nick Sirianni's on the hot seat right now. Oh wait, no, yes I do. I think it is a little bit. No, I don't think it's absurd to say that.
We are in agreement about what we believe about Nick Sirianni.
Oh yeah,
and neither one of us really knows what he does.
And we've talked about it a good deal, and even after a Super Bowl win, I don't think you were ever too high on Nick Sirianni. I don't think you were.
No,
I don't think you were ever looking at him like, this is the coach I want for my team for the next decade.
He represents the city of Philadelphia really well.
He does.
There are very few other people in the way that they act that I could imagine being this city's head coach.
Yes.
However, that only works when you're winning. And when you're in the middle of a 3-game slide, shut the fuck up, put your head down, get some fucking wins, please and thank you. Anyway, back to Panthers Saints. I have the Panthers winning on the road 21-17. It's a divisional game. The Saints have shown themselves to be annoying in those already. I anticipate that the Saints will win, or not that the Saints will win, but that the Saints will keep it close. They are a well-coached team. Brandon Staley's a good defensive coordinator. I just expect the Panthers to be a little more focused on the Saints this time, knowing what's really at stake.
Yeah.
They will not overlook them again. It's not going to happen.
I think the Panthers are also going to win. I've got them winning at 20-20. They did lose the last time they played the Saints. It's hard to imagine that the Saints currently have 3 wins, and I believe all 3 of them are against division opponents.
Sorry, I was trying to remember if they had even played the Falcons. No, who did they win? They lost the Cardinals and the Niners and the Seahawks and the Bills and Giants and the Patriots and the Bears and the Bucks and the Rams. They beat the Panthers. They lost the Falcons. They lost the Dolphins. They beat the Saints. Where's their third win? Did they only have 2? No, they got 3. Where the fuck did the third win come from?
The Giants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway.
God, that's right. That was Jackson Dart's first start.
The Saints are currently sitting at 2-2 against their division. it's hard to imagine that they have that they advance to having 4 wins on the season, and 3 of them are against divisional opponents. It's hard
Yeah.
to imagine that. But I do think it's going to be a close one. I've got Panthers 28-20 in New Orleans. You've got Panthers winning at 21-17. We will see what happens on Sunday. And on to one that I think 3 weeks ago we would have been much more excited to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we moved it out of our circled games for this week. I established the circled games in advance for each week 5 or 6 weeks ago at this point. We talked about it a lot in the headlines. It's a tough outlook for the Colts.
Yeah.
These two teams really are trending in opposite directions. The Seahawks are moving nothing but up and have been moving nothing but up this whole season. And the Colts were moving up. Oh, shit, you hit a brick wall. Daniel Jones broke his leg. Oh, fuck, Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. Oh, God, oh, fuck, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I have the Seahawks winning 44-14 in a beautiful return to the winner scoring 35+.
It's hard.
It's
to
going to be
imagine-
tough for Indy.
It's hard to imagine this one being close. It is in Seattle.
It's in
Which
Seattle. The Colts are starting a
doesn't-
backup. Their run
which
defense
doesn't
is
help.
great. They don't have to worry about Jonathan Taylor.
And it's hard to even imagine. For me, it's hard to imagine right now the Colts even getting 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got the Seahawks winning at 34-17, but I think this very well could be a 34-3
Yeah.
game. I mean, it's another one of the games that we've got a lot of on the schedule this week. Of there's one team that's really hot, there's one team that's really not, and we both got the Seahawks winning it decisively. But who knows? Maybe Riley is the next coming of
Maybe he's the second coming of Daniel Jones.
Jesus. Who knows?
Anthony Richardson still out with an orbital fracture. 44-year-old grandfather Phillip Rivers on the practice squad.
I would rather have Riley than Anthony Richardson.
See, I find myself wondering if an extra year, because I feel like a full year on the bench his rookie season would have really benefited Anthony Richardson.
Well,
and the Colts didn't have, I mean, Joe Flacco wasn't good enough in the Colts system for them to do that.
my entire beef with Anthony Richardson, I don't want to say beef, but the entire reason why I don't think he will ever succeed in the NFL is because he's a child.
Yeah.
He is insanely, what seems like increasingly immature every single year. And that's not something that coaches want to hear. It's not something that your teammates want to be around. And I would be honestly surprised to see him on any NFL team after his rookie contract expires.
Yeah, I could see a team, a QB desperate team taking a shot on him. His rookie contract actually expires this year. I could see the Jets taking a shot on him as a backup third-string
I don't
guy.
even know if that'll be the case. I don't think Aaron Glenn wants that kind of person in his
That's
locker
true.
room.
Not out of the question Kellen Moore or Dave Canales or Kevin O'Connell take a shot on him as a reclamation project.
Even Canales, I mean, with the way Bryce Young's been looking up this year.
But it never hurts to have an uber
I
talented
guess.
backup.
I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you aren't in the game
yeah,
mentally and emotionally, you're not going to succeed in the NFL.
yeah.
And that for Anthony Richardson, that just seems to be what it is. But anyway,
Sometimes that drive or that feeling of the first kick gets guys into higher gear.
sometimes, but
And I think we saw that with Derrick Henry. I think that's Anthony Richardson's best chance is, oh, fuck, I need to do this and
Yeah.
this or I'm not going to be in the NFL anymore.
yeah, and I don't think he's realized that yet. And if he doesn't, I don't think he'll find himself on an NFL roster. But moving on to a much more interesting game. This one was almost a future game this week. We've got the Packers going to the Broncos. They are currently the 2nd seed in the NFC and the 2nd seed in the AFC. And this one should be a good game. I'm hoping that I will be available and have the time to watch this one. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I've got the Broncos just being able to edge out the Packers in this one. I think that they are just a little bit more consistent defensively. And if their offense shows up enough, I think that they're going to be able to get the win this weekend.
Now, the Broncos are the third win-in team. It's the Patriots, the Rams, and the Broncos as far as the playoffs go. The Broncos have not lost at home this year. And New England hangs their 1 seed slightly precariously. And if New England gets eliminated in the divisional round or the wild card round, or if Denver clinches the 1 seed, it's going to be hard for me to pick. Denver was my preseason AFC Super Bowl pick. In fact, both of my preseason Super Bowl picks are doing incredibly well. The Broncos are the 2 seed in the AFC. The Rams are the 1 seed in the NFC. That was my preseason Super Bowl matchup. It's what I'm still sticking by. There was a brief period in the middle of the year where it looked like we might get Eagles-Chiefs Part 3. But I think everyone will be a lot happier with Rams-Broncos.
Yeah, probably.
Packers-Broncos. I have the Broncos winning at home 25-22. Their defense is insane. I trust Bo Nix just enough to do what is required against this menacing Packers defense. This is going to be a defensive battle, and the final score, I think, will be deceptively high.
Yeah. I
in
agree.
Both teams put up a last-minute touchdown or two to force the game into contention.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Broncos winning at 24-23. Really excited to see how this one turns out. For the Packers, it feels like if they want to continue their lead in the NFC North, it feels like they've got to win this one, even though it's a tough one. But we will see what happens. And
yeah, I mean, especially with the Bears getting the Browns this week. I mean, you have the Browns winning that game, but
do I genuinely believe that they're going to win? Probably not.
But this is a game that the Packers must win to stay in contention for the 1 seed. It's a game the Broncos must win to stay in contention for the 1 seed, and the Bears get the Browns.
Yeah.
So the Packers, if they lose, will relinquish. That damn tie against Dallas is going to do – it might do either a huge service or a huge disservice to Green Bay. If they end with the same number of wins as Chicago, they will be seeded higher, at least as of now. If they fall 1 win short, they should have fucking beat Dallas.
Yeah.
And that would have been the key. Speaking of key, our next matchup features Arden Key, which is a hell of a Titans roster pull, honestly. It's Titans at Niners. Neither of us particularly care for the 49ers.
I'm tired of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of seeing them winning football games. And I hate the fact that they have an easy game. I hate it.
Yeah. 49ers 35-14 feels a little generous to the Titans, honestly. Titans coming off a very good win. Tony Pollard legacy game. Cam Ward's best game of the season. And it won't matter in Santa Clara.
No,
Site of Super Bowl 60.
I mean, I've got the Niners winning at 27-14. They're just a better team.
Yes.
It's that simple.
By a pretty considerable margin.
And it's at home, too, which, just kind of rubs salt in the wound. But I guess we'll see what happens on Sunday. I think this one's a pretty safe pick. But on to Vikings-Cowboys. And I believe that this week the Vikings could get officially eliminated from playoff contention.
I believe so.
It is not an easy one to win. It's in Dallas.
Well, they just blanked the Commanders in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
Commanders
fucking murdered Zach Ertz while they were at it. So thanks for that, guys. Dallas is a much better team than Washington. in just about every way. Ooh, that's interesting. Noise around Tomlin growing. Man up and do it, pussies.
I mean, the inevitable 9-8. He's on track for it. He's on track for the 9-win season.
Back to Vikings Cowboys. I have the Cowboys winning 35-14. I think the Dallas defense will return to form after briefly losing itself on Thursday night. The Cowboys are coming off a mini bye as well, which only helps them. Dak Prescott played an excellent game. The 2 interceptions are ugly, but his yardage number is pretty. He threw for like 374 or something. I don't know. Failed to win NFC Player of the Week because of the interceptions, for me at least. But yeah, I have Dallas winning 35-14 over Minnesota and scaring the shit out of Eagles fans.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to love the 35 number this week.
Hey,
Seems to be what happened. You win bingo on 35 or something earlier in the week?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 teams scoring 35 or more points this week. Scoring exactly 35, I have 4, 5, 6, yeah.
It's either way, I do think that Dallas is going to win this one fairly decisively. I don't think that the Vikings QB situation is where it needs to be right now. I'm not saying J.J. McCarthy should be given up on, not saying he's a bust, not saying he can't be the guy, just saying he doesn't look like he's there yet. And the Cowboys right now, the offense especially, is very hot. And I think that they're going to win it 30-14 in Dallas with the 3 extra days to prep for it.
And on to our final game of this week, Dolphins at Steelers Monday Night Football. We have this one marked differently, and I'm just going to start defending myself now. The Steelers are not allowed to stray too far from 500. They are 7-6. They are therefore due for a loss.
That logic tracks. That logic tracks.
I have the Dolphins winning 24-20 in Pittsburgh. The Dolphins will equal themselves to the Steelers with this win, which would be really just hilariously funny. Of course, a Steeler loss won't mean anything in a week that we also have the Ravens losing.
Yeah.
But my God, would it be really fucking funny. Yeah, I have Miami winning this one.
I've got the Steelers winning it just because I still don't have confidence in the Miami Dolphins' ability to be consistent.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this one's in Pittsburgh. The Steelers did just come off of a pretty good win. It was a very competitive game over a very tough divisional opponent, no matter what their records are. The Ravens-Steelers games are always one to watch. And the Steelers, other than they need to be on pace for 9 wins, I think that they're going to help to get the separation this week in the ever-competitive AFC North and make a huge gain into winning the division. I think the Steelers are going to win in a close one, 23-20.
All right. And I just want to go over our division outlooks quickly. I've been putting a sentence at the bottom of the sheet for each division ever since we did our divisional predictions video a few weeks ago. And I'm just going to go in the order that I have them here. AFC North. The Steelers landed a crucial win over the Ravens, and the Bengals lose a tough one late. The AFC East is still the Patriots' division to lose, but the Bills are making a late push. In the AFC South, the Colts are in free fall. The Jags took the lead, and the Texans are making a late push. The AFC West is the Broncos' division to lose. The Chiefs are officially out of it. The NFC North is still open, but the Packers landed a crucial win, or actually landed 2 crucial wins in back-to-back weeks on Thanksgiving and then again against Chicago. The NFC East, the Cowboys' loss helps the Eagles, and the Eagles' loss helps the Cowboys. The NFC South, the Bucks and Panthers are deadlocked, and both lost to the Saints, which is just very funny. And in the West,
it really is.
the Rams and the Seahawks are literally deadlocked. The Niners are not far behind. Winner of the NFC West probably gets the 1 seed.
Probably, yeah.
And it's not likely, but I would like to raise the option. Rams lose this week and next week against tough opponents.
Yeah.
And Seahawks Niners in week 18 becomes for the NFC West.
It could. It very much so could. That it's very possible. Because, I mean, the Niners right now are only 1 game behind the Seahawks and the Rams. The 49ers split with the Rams. I believe they still have a game left to play against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And the NFC West, I really hate being in this division because
I'm happy in the NFC East.
It's so competitive every single season. And it's very, very likely, I think, that we will see 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs this season. I mean, the Niners right now are either tied or have a better record than every other division leader, and they are 3rd.
Yeah.
But we will see what happens with the division outlooks. I'm excited to see how everything shakes out. But onto the last game that we're going to cover in this week's episode. Let's just talk really quickly about next Thursday's game. We've got the back-to-back tough games for the Rams. Going into Seattle, I want to hear your thoughts on this one first.
Yeah, so the Seattle defense, if at all possible, has gotten better since the Rams last saw them. Julian Love returned and has really solidified that safety spot along with Emanwari. I think that this is a game where the defenses are likely to score as much or more combined than the offenses. And I have the Seahawks escaping 21-18 at home against LA. I know that Sam Darnold shits his pants against the Rams. I'm banking on him I'm banking on him or Charbonnet or Walker to make a key play at a key moment in the game that allows the Seahawks to escape this one, along with an outstanding defensive performance from Seattle and an outstanding defensive performance from LA.
I mean, yeah, the Rams won the battle earlier in the season. It was a really great game, came down to the wire. The Rams were able to win the game 21-19. In that game, Sam Darnold just looked absolutely atrocious. I think he's going to look probably about the same this time.
Yeah.
The difference for me in this game is that I have significantly more confidence, especially in that now we are seeing Blake Corum become more involved in this offense. I have a lot more confidence in the Rams' running game to be the difference maker. It may not be huge plays or touchdowns, but I think, and I'm praying, Sean McVay, please take field goals when they're there against tough teams. Please, I'm begging you. Because against the Seahawks, that will be the difference maker.
I just remembered that Jake Elliott missed a field goal last night. No, I'm sad.
And Sean McVay, if you want any proof of that, the Rams lost their last 2 wins against the Seahawks, tracing back to last season, have come off of a missed game-winning field goal by the Seahawks. Granted, both of them were very long. Both of them were 58 yards or more. And that is props to the defense for holding them to just far enough. But I think that the Rams are going to be able to come out with the win in Seattle 28-24, reasserting the Rams' dominance, the Rams' historical dominance over the last 15 years over the Seahawks.
Well, and if the Rams sweep the Seahawks, it all but locks up the division for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not over till it's over. The Rams could still lose out theoretically.
Probably
it's not likely, but it
not.
could
they still have the
happen.
Cardinals on the schedule one more time.
Sure, but even if they go 1-2 and the Seahawks and the Niners both go 3-0 in the final 3, it creates a really, really tough scenario. it's not over for anyone.
No,
It's almost over for the Chiefs.
almost.
But it's not over for just about anyone yet. It should be a really exciting close to the season. I really hope I'm not this depressed next week. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy my misery, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy TJ's whimsy, please consider subscribing. All of our social medias are linked down in the description below, as well as our wonderful executive producer, Holt Hendershot's YouTube channel.
And if you guys are watching our videos and if you guys are enjoying it, please give social media's attention. Spread word. We really appreciate all of that. We do this for fun, although if we could gain viewership, we would really greatly appreciate that. And as well as if you guys have any feedback, if you have any ideas of fun stuff, fun reels that you guys would want to see, please let us know in the comments, either here or on any of the social medias. But thank you guys. Thank you to those who watched so much. And we will see all of you next week.
So long.